Good morning, everyone. It's Rifgal. We are playing some more Final Fantasy VI T-Edition. Hopefully, finally beating Kefka. You have missed a bunch because I wanted to do my grind offline. So basically what I've done is... ignore Mog here, but the big thing here is La Seraphica, which is basically the hero shield or paladin shield on steroids. And I'm basically using it as a additional source. It makes it absorb instead of block, which basically frees up Terra's slot for from Tetra Elemental back over to Economizer. The other thing you may notice here is that my characters that I'm using are level 69. That is because to get the La Seraphica, you have to complete the Soul Shrines, and in the course of completing the Soul Shrines, my characters ended up at level 69. Also, partially out of spite, I have obtained 99 potions, because I said I wasn't going to end the game with 99 potions. So I went and bought them just to spite myself. Okay, and then we've got Realm and Gao basically set up the same way they have been. Gao's resistances don't matter, because once he goes into Rage, it changes his elemental affinities. One of the other big things from all of this is I did end up with a second Lord Robe, so both Realm and Strago are equipped with the Lord Robe. So we're going to cut away now to the fight starting, so you don't have to sit through the cutscene yet again. I say that I cut that for you, but I was really cutting it for me. I'm the one who's had to sit through it every single time. I didn't bring all the characters in this time. I'm hoping that doesn't affect the ending sequence. I don't think it does. Oops. Terra, Strago, Realm, Gao. And we're basically going to hope that we get through it. I think levels are a major factor throughout this, as far as the formulas go. I'm actually gonna have her use Hasteca. Gao can use Float, Mighty Guard, Golem. Get all of our status effects up. You can see there, Terra is up to 7,500 hit points, which is a lot more than what she's had in previous runs. Again, I'm hoping that'll make a difference. Terra is going to Dispel. Gao does one thing, and that is Nighthawk. The scary part with that damage Gao just did is that was after his or that was without Realm dispelling that hand, so he's gonna do even more. This is going to be an obscene amount of damage. I'm really hoping that this just goes quickly. and that there's not a bunch of problems to it. I will say, Gao's Rage's imposing elemental weaknesses is possibly the most frustrating part of this strategy, because you can't actually prevent all damage to him like you can with other characters. That does make me think that it would probably be more beneficial to go with a character using an Atma weapon and a good shield, like La Seraphica. But I don't care if this is the most efficient way, because I really enjoyed Gao this time, and I want to use him for this fight. There we go. I think he's gonna... So he should do about 50,000 damage. Yeah. Now, I realize that that's not going to be a consistent 50,000 damage. But that's okay. And I think at this point we're okay to just wait. Let Gao do his work. The rest of the characters can be on defense for now. We're not racing as much as we have been in previous ones because we're doing so much damage. We'll see if I get screwed over by the zombie at the end of the third phase again. But I'm less worried about it than I have been in previous runs. Okay, we already have most of our stuff up. So at this point, instead of doing what we were doing, we're just going to get Golem, Ashura, I'm gonna wait on Terra until we see what Ashura gives. If Ashura does not give Terra Blink, then I will put Blink on her. Perfect. Just because that increases the odds of Terra getting re-raise from Ashura. And I think at this point, with this particular fight, we're gonna have Realm use the Ultima. That'll hurt Strago and Gao. Okay. They're getting a lot of attacks out. We do want to get Golem back up here. I think I'm going to actually use Grand Trine, which I did get now because I went through the Soul Shrines. If you, since I don't think I've talked about it too much, the Soul Shrines are refighting all of the bosses and a bunch of other random stuff. Golem blocks a good chunk of this. Golem blocks a lot more than he used to. Wow. Okay, we're actually gonna heal after that, probably. And actually, just for the sake of it, I'm gonna White Wind here. It's technically our most efficient heal, I'm pretty sure. Because it does it based on Strago's current hit points. I think we're actually good on Golem right now, but I want to make sure because some of those attacks are annoying. I'll be fair and say I'm just paranoid because I saw Dead Fang go off there. Okay, there's still 2 enemies left. Wave Cannon's actually going to hit. Wave Cannon did a lot. That's a little surprising. I'm gonna... That's... Okay, Strago's up. We've got the Curaga. Let's get our status effects back down on Strago. Basically just doing as much as we can while he is, or in between rounds here. That's problematic. That's just bad luck. Okay. So Strago needs to get Float back up and Image back up, but all of his other status effects are in place. This is the fight that we really just need to make sure that we have Golem up before we do the last blow. So we're literally just not going to use Gao's Rage during this fight. I've kind of worked around it last time. Howdy Heaven is less problematic than it had been, but it's still really annoying. Probably should have used a Golem there. I think we've got a little bit of time. So I'm less worried than I would be. So we're leading with a couple Ultimas. I don't think that's gonna matter, but just to be safe. We want to kill the back row first because it resurrects the front row, and also the front row counterattacks with that zombie effect. Intentionally just kind of trying to weaken that front row without killing it here to make the second part of this fight go a little faster and to give me a little bit more control over it. That's problematic. I don't think all of our characters need magic yet, so I think I'm just gonna high ether under the assumption that I'm going to be using a Mega Elixir soon. So, specifically, the reason I'm setting it up this way is because Gao's going to be hitting that point pretty soon here where he turns into a zombie from the Cloudy Heaven. And I'm going to be using a Mega Elixir after that, specifically. I really hate this fight, just for the record. Okay, that one's actually more problematic. Just because we lose action economy. That is also problematic because we don't want her morphed. I'm not sure if Strago's is just death or if it's zombie. I am hoping okay, I'm gonna wait and see what happens with Strago here. We're gonna get into the menu so we can see what happened. Okay. And then we will use a... Actually, I think we're just gonna use a Fiend... No. Because Terra is about ready to do something stupid. Yeah, that temptation effect and the fact that there is no way to break it is really frustrating. Okay, Mega Elixir. This gets Gao back up to full health, everybody back up to full magic. Golem to protect us from Terra, as much as anything. And we'll have Gao start getting those status effects back up for us. The main one we need is Haste on him and Strago, but I figure it's probably worth just doing. I wasn't thinking about the fact that Terra is still attacking us. Please just be dead. Triple checking Golem, because if this last hit... The last attack that this guy does is a counterattack that is physical and turns you into a zombie if you die. So this should do it. We're intentionally not using Rage here again, so that we can make sure if he does an attack, we can get Golem back. I don't think it's actually a concern, but this game keeps surprising me, so we're going to make sure. There we go. Why is he doing that twice? Oh my gosh, I am so mad. Every other time it's done a single counterattack for that. Okay, now we basically have to hope we have enough time left on Terra's morph. And that Gao does enough damage. That's the plan. Life, dreams, hope. Where do they come from, and where do they go? We've still got our haste up. So yeah, Gao should be able to go straight into Rage. Golem. Shura. And since I apparently have a morphed Terra, I'm just gonna roll with it. And we're gonna have her start being aggressive right away. Because that should do, like, yeah, decent damage. Flare Star is mediocre, but does a lot of damage. Okay. Second Ashura, because I know at least Terra isn't re-raised currently. I realize that his missing attack negates re-raise, but I want to just get this started, basically. Terra's going to use a heal here, because we do want to be at as close to max health as we can be. That, I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure that's just going to kill somebody. Never mind, we got lucky. Namely, we want Terra to be back up at the 7,000 range. Definitely need Earthwall back up, because that attack that he did was really rough. Come on, Fatality Claw. We're kind of at the whims of fate there because Gao will sometimes do Fatality Claw, sometimes do a physical. Now his physicals still do 10k. Trine, I believe, does a Dispel effect. I could be wrong. And if you're gonna Magic Hammer somebody, I'm okay with it being Terra. I'm tossing Haste up just as a... because I totally thought Trine was Grand Trine, and it's not. That was a mistake, but that's okay. Golem, Ashura, Vitality Claw, awesome. I think we just want to Golem again. And I think at this point, I'm gonna start casting with Strago. Unless I have a reason not to. That would have been a reason not to, because that's a Dispel on our entire party, I believe. Yeah. So hopefully this doesn't push him into missing and screw us over. This is the downside of being more aggressive, is you have a little bit less control over what your status effects do. And reacting to things. That's one of the reasons that I like being, you know, just using one attacker. But it does also mean that you're slowing down. And at this point, I've done enough damage. He should have done missing, which means we've probably done enough to push him into another phase before he could do missing. So we may have negated a cycle of that. I could also be completely wrong and we could just be screwed. We are somewhat screwed. Let's get Mighty Guard back up. Gao is gonna just attack even though it does nothing. We don't have Unicorn to bring him out of it, so we're just kind of stuck. I just realized that Grand Trine took Terra out of Morph. We need to her in Morph. That's a problem. Well, let's see if we survive. Let's see if our levels and hit points are enough to push past the otherwise ridiculous damage that this does. It was. I am slightly annoyed with myself because I should have kept Terra up. Like, we're probably actually going to die now because I didn't leave Terra active, because I tried to cast a spell. She should absorb that. That's why I gave her the La Seraphica. Heartless Angel. If she can get a turn, we're good. Hooray! Extreme graphical glitches. That's way worse than normal. Part of me wants to use Phoenix again just to fix the graphics. But, oh well. Actually, I don't think we've taken a physical attack, so let's get haste. Roach. That's problematic, but could be worse. And now we need to start doing damage. I don't think I'm actually going to get Strago's status effects back up. Because we really just need to push through damage right now. Glad I waited. Because there goes all of our status effects that we just put up. That's slightly problematic, but I think we're okay. Realm has the Wizard Rod equipped, which is why hers does so much more than everybody else. That is gonna just strip status effects. That's a Dispel effect again. Seriously? Are you seriously gonna do that again? Okay. So missing should mean that Terra only takes like 3k this time, which is a lot safer. That might be a problem. Get her back at full health, just in case. Economizer on Terra means that we're in pretty decent shape still. Life Shaver will miss because he's floating. Reincarnate. kind of just hoping this kills. Nope. Oh, there we go. Okay. So all it took was 15 more levels, every side quest in the game, and every special item in the game, and just brute forcing your way through it. So, that was Final Fantasy 6 T-Edition. I am looking forward to these credits. I have some thoughts on this game. The tower's collapsing. There we go. No time to lose. Come on, the airship's just ahead. Come on, everybody. We can make it if we work together. You know, I'd never really thought about the fact that Kefka, even in his death, Kefka basically is committing genocide on the Espers. That's kind of screwed up. Kefka for best villain. I will also just say, I absolutely love this ending theme. I don't know if I've said it in this video yet, but FF6's closing theme is this awesome medley of all of the character themes. And it is put together in such a beautiful way. It's like a fairly long ending, but I literally have an MP3 of this track that I just listen to sometimes because it's something that I love so much. So, I love FF6. The mechanical problems with it, and some of the story problems with it, are things that were all addressed in this hack. A lot of the game, especially early on, felt better balanced. A lot of the characters felt a lot better balanced, and the costumes add this ability to kind of shape your characters and how you want to use them without actually just making them all... basically without making it so you can just make one character super overpowered. I'm really impressed with the early parts that they added in. And there are a lot of other sections that I really enjoyed. Like adding the boss to the end of the Phoenix Cave. The way that they changed some of the later bosses, like Senior Behemoth. Yeah, basically there's a bunch of really cool stuff that this did. Even a lot of the regular enemies that they added in were pretty good. And I definitely loved the whole Narsh side quest and all the extra espers that got added in. The way that they balanced it so that you don't get as many powerful spells in the World of Balance. The fact that you can get the Ragnarok and Ultima. Yeah. There's a lot that this game did well. I've talked about it to death, but I will just say there are a few major problems, which I ranted about during the last video already, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. The biggest problems are there are a lot of effects that can't be prevented. The zombie countdown effect isn't negated by zombie. There are instant death effects that are not negated by instant death protection. There's no way to protect against freeze and stop. And there's only a few very narrow ways to remove them. The protect me and attack your friends till they die effects are specifically not great. Again, no way to get around it, no way to fix it. The bigger problem to me isn't just the fact that there's no way to prevent them, it's that there are very few ways to remove them as well. But I do wish that they had a little bit of that taken into account. And the biggest problem I have is that because of the way certain things work, a lot of the end game was more level dependent and brute force than the early game. I loved the four fiends, the the two instances of four fiends. You know, the four fiends from FF1 and from FF4. I really enjoyed those side sections. I loved the remakes of the dragons, which were from the extra dungeon from FF6 Advance. And yeah, a lot of the game was awesome. That is really where I'm going with this. I did not like the fact that Ultima and Kefka... Actually, I don't even care that much about the fact that Ultima was that hard. To me, side content should be harder than the last boss. I would have been okay with, like, Bahamut and Ultima and and some of those other bosses being a little harder even in some cases. But having Kefka be a little easier. Because to me, when you're playing a game, you should be able to play through the game and beat the last boss with mostly core stuff. Now, the second half of this game is literally side quests, technically. It is side quests to get your characters back, and technically once you have the airship, you can go just beat the game. I understand that is not how that's supposed to work. I understand that you're supposed to do at least some of the stuff. And I also understand that I used the Mog Charm a lot. But the regular encounters during that last section were also very challenging, and to the point where sometimes they were worse than the bosses. Just because you couldn't plan for them as well, and because you would have had to use a lot more resources. So I do feel like using the Mog Charm at the end is reasonable. Completely reasonable. And while I probably used it more than I needed to or should have, so that I had to grind a bit more, I did end up... I mean, even early on with smoke bombs, I realized that I kind of skipped some XP. And in this game, the bosses don't give XP for the most part. So because the bosses don't give XP, Smoke Bomb and Mog Charm means that you end up pretty low level. Despite that, I got through most of the game. With strategy, mostly. And luck in some cases. Kefka, you really can't do that. Like, I stopped and leveled up before I went into Kefka. I had done every side quest before I tried Kefka. Except the Soul Shrines. And I did take the time to get like 10 levels before I went in the first time. And then I went and got like 5 more levels. And that still didn't do it. So I ended up getting about 10 to 15 more. And then I still felt a little bit like we could have died. I don't think... Sorry, I had to stop because this is one of the scenes they changed. I haven't been paying too much attention because I've been babbling about as far as which scenes they changed the scripts on. That was one that I was hoping for, and ended up being exactly what I wanted. Because one of the problems I've always had is that Shadow's, like, basically just hangs out there. Adding the extra scenes where he reconciles with Strago, and then that whole thing there that just happened. There's a scene with Realm, and this one in particular, hearing Realm say, "Come on," and making him decide to stay, and having Strago nod in acknowledgement is amazing. That is exactly how that should have ended. So yeah. Yeah, Tara, why are you flying? There's an airship right there. I'm pretty sure that's exactly the same cloud sequence, Mode 7 cloud sequence that they use in Second Setsu 3 at one point. Oh. So yeah. I want to end this on a positive note. the script changes, the additional scenes. I mentioned with Shadow, they also did more with Setsu to make him slightly less of a creep. They added more with Strago and Realm, both the culture of their city and them as characters, to have them give them more of a reason to be there. Leaving the Mughals in Marsh, or in Narsh, and bringing the Returners back gives them more of an arc again. Locke and Celis. There's so much more chemistry, there are more scenes, more dialogue. The brothers are amazing in this. They just added a little bit more. And it's simple, but it just needed a little bit more. Even Gogo and Umaro, to some extent. Yeah. Overall, I loved this hack. This was amazing. This was a lot of fun. It was a new way to play one of my favorite games. And one of the things that I've loved about things like randomizers and some of the other stuff is that it gives you a new way to play your favorite games. I was really up in the air about this one, honestly. I was considering doing the Pixel remaster of 6 when it came out. And I'm glad I didn't, because the mechanical differences in this made it a really interesting playthrough, and the challenges made it a lot of fun for the most part. And I highly recommend checking it out if you get a chance, if you're interested in FF6. There's more to this, technically. There's the EX mode. I don't know exactly what that is. There's a New Game Plus, so you can actually cycle through a second time and get up to level 99 with, multiple hero shields and Seraphicas, and Omega weapons, and all kinds of stupid stuff. Yeah. The fact that I've already ranted about this, about the negative parts in a few other previous ones, probably made this ending sequence a little bit harder to fill out, but that's okay. I did mention a couple times during the previous videos, I realize that overall, getting like 10 more subs isn't huge for most people. But being a very small channel with only like 100 and some followers, picking up 10-15 subs during this video sequence was really awesome to see. It really made my week, month, whatever. And seeing that so many people were actually watching this, like, usually the first video in a series get like 30-some views with a 50% average, and it kind of peters off. But I've got been getting like in the 20s consistently on this. I realize that you're not probably supposed to talk about numbers and stuff with this, and honestly, I don't pay that much attention to it. I kind of do a little bit just as far as figuring out what people are enjoying or not. But for the most part, I play what I'm interested in playing, as long as I think somebody's engaging with it. And I feel like this got a good audience, so I'm really glad to hear that. I'm probably going to be taking, maybe doing a few smaller things at some point here first before I get into another big project. But I've got like half a dozen big games on the horizon. The big ones offhand, I still want to do a Trials of Mana playthrough, especially now that the remake is out. There's a bunch of stuff in Pixel Remaster. You know, those are going to be great options. My friend Phil is about ready to finally get his game out from Dancing Dragon Games. Symphony of War. I'm planning on doing a run of that when it comes out, and possibly doing some of his other ones leading up to it that are in the same world. Which highly recommend checking out his stuff. I've got on the Metroidvania front, I have 2 more Metroid games that I want to play through. I have a bunch of Castlevania games to potentially play. Honestly, I'm not sure. Bloodstained, Blaster Master, or not Bloodstained. Is it? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. A bunch of Metroidvanias. I picked up some other stuff during the Steam sale, and that's without getting into RPGs. I also have some stuff that I definitely want to do as far as trying to get back into some randomizers. I have an FF4... some stuff I want to do with FF4 Randomizer. They're doing a new series of character-themed ones that seem fun. I was just watching some Lufia 2 Ancient Cave runs that kind of made me want to get back into that a little bit. We'll see if that works out. Some of those are less conducive with my trying to make shorter videos, but then again, so is this one. Then again, I've also been doing some minor editing on videos for the first time. So, yeah. Anyway. We are getting to the close, so really, at the end of the day, what I want to say is thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Thank you for all of the interaction. There have been some great discussions and comments. I love seeing that there are ways to do this that I hadn't thought of, or that other people were more interested in, or that other people have thought of. I love that people were enjoying this, and I hope that other people ended up going out and checking it out as a result of this. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. Please give me a like, subscription if you're not already subscribed. As always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.